So this version of looking up the venue is using a pick list. All we need to do is have some kind of drop down list here for the user to pick the name of the venue directly. Okay, and to do that, we use something called data validation. So it's reducing the possible options of data in that cell using a list. So from the data menu, we have data validation, and this is where we pick list. Okay, at the moment we can have any value in that cell, but we could say I only want a date or a time in there. But if we pick list, we then have the option of telling Excel which list of names we want to have. So if I go to the source box there and say this list here only, notice I'm not using the venues at the top. I'm just picking the 4 names, and it puts those references in there and say OK. And that's the list. Now if I drop down here, you'll see the names of the venues there. So I pick Highlands House, but it's not pulling through the cost yet. Okay, and when you're doing this pick list, you kind of need to make sure that all the values fit. Now all I need to do is the VLOOKUP for this value, but be careful of the table now that the array doesn't need to include the number because we're not using the number anymore. We need it from this area here, and it's column 2 that we need because the array is only 2 columns wide, so it's column 2. And again, it's a false because we want an exact match. Okay, and format that as currency. So if the user then picks Highlands House, it pulls through £500. Okay, you might need to just double check, like this currency bit here puts the pound sign over there so it doesn't get obscured. This method, you don't need the number list at all. Done.